Hi everyone, this is Kevin Purcell for GottaBeMobile.com, and I've got an accessory for the iPad that I want to show you today. It comes from a company called Vogels, and what it is it's a 3-in-1 mounting system for your iPad. The way it works is you put this back on the iPad, and one thing that does is gives you this mounting slot right here. And the simplest part of it is that it turns into a stand for the iPad. So there you go, you can see it'll work. There it is in portrait mode, and of course it also works well in landscape mode. So you could use it for viewing video, turn your iPad into a picture frame, electronic picture frame, or just use it to work going on the internet and that sort of thing. In order to get this part of it off, you just press on that until it pops out. It makes a loud, hellacious sound. It makes you feel like you're breaking something, but that's actually the way it's designed. It works well. The other part of it comes with this little attachment, and you notice that this part squeezes in. You can attach it to the iPad, and what you do is you mount one of these on the wall with a anchor and screw here, and so that way you can mount it on the wall and have your iPad, whoops, there we go, fastened to a wall somewhere. Maybe this is going to be something you'll put next to the refrigerator as kind of a central device for communication in your family. You could have something, let's see here, you could have an app like Penultimate running, a place to put notes, be home at 6 p.m., get pizza. You can just have that sitting there whenever you want to take notes or that kind of thing. Have a cooking app that you could mount on the wall next to your stove. Use that at home. Maybe at work, that kind of thing, that you could put it next to your desk to have access to your iPad while you're working. And while someone with big hands like me, it's going to be hard to get it out, to be honest with you, while it's on the wall, because look, see, that's going to be difficult. You can just kind of pop it off and it'll come off. I wish this was just a little bit bigger for someone like big hands like me. It could make it a little easier to get off. The other thing, my issue with the backing of it is, notice that it kind of doubles the thickness of the iPad, and then also it gets real grungy real easily, the material of it. I haven't used it that much, but it just kind of gets real dirty real easily. But it has to be thick in order for you to pop this in. Now the other part I want to show you is going to be out in my car. So let's take a look out there. Alright, we're out here in the back seat of the Honda Pilot, and we have this mount that I have fastened to the headrest of my car, and I unfortunately have put it on upside down. I'm not going to take it off and show it to the other way, and that's because of one of the problems that I'm having with it. You mount it on the back here, and it's great for watching a video. Open it up. I've got a picture of watching a video with my son sitting here, and this part of it swivels. If you put it the right side, like I said, I've put it upside down, but it swivels a little bit, and then you just squeeze right there in order for it to come off. Now notice when you squeeze it and pull it off, look what happens. This always seems to pop off a little bit, and so that's a bit of a problem. And that time it popped off even worse. I don't know if that's going to get worse over time. The other problem that I'm having with it, you notice on the underside here, this button, you're supposed to be able to push that, and it's supposed to release and allow you to take it off. Let's see if we can get that done. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'm having an impossible time getting it off. Basically what I'm going to have to do is unscrew it with these Torx screws And so that's a problem. It's not ideal, and we'll see if we can get that to work. But I like this car mounting part of it. I think that's a real useful system, as long as you decide to go ahead and install it permanently and leave it there and have the back in the car all the time, so that whenever you want to watch a movie, you can just pop whatever you have on there off and put the back on it, put it on. My son really likes it. He's 13. He likes, still young enough to like watching movies. When we go on long trips, I'm sure he'll enjoy this a lot. But let's take a look at that protective cover for the screen and kind of sum up what we feel about this whole Vogel's Ringo system. And here we have the screen protector. I haven't put it on yet. I'm not a fan of screen protectors, and so, you know, they're just not my favorite. But it's your basic screen protector. You know, it'll work on there without any difficulty. And so, you know, if you like that sort of thing and you want to put it on there, then it'll work. It feels fine. To kind of sum up how I feel about this, I think the backing of the iPad, the case that you put on the iPad, is a little bit weak. The material gets real dirty. I wish there was a little bit better of a back. It does work with your Apple Smart Case, but it adds a lot of thickness to the very thin iPad. One of my favorite parts of the iPad is how nice and thin it is, so adding that thickness to it is just not really ideal. You can see that it does offer you access to all the ports and everything. You can see the speaker there, and so that's not a problem. So if you're going to use this a lot, the backing is okay, but it gets dirty real easily. The mounting part on the wall, this part right here, I like the idea of it. If you're going to mount it on the wall and leave it there for a while, that'll work real well. This feels a little flimsy, but you know, the button part of it. But I think it's solid. I think it'll hold it on the wall just fine. So if you're planning to leave your iPad mounted on the wall for a long time, this will actually be a good system for you. A great way to mount it cheaply and simply. As far as the leg for the stand, it's okay. I just think there are a lot better stands out there. So unless you're planning on getting the wall mount or the car mount, you know, don't bother with this. This is just, it's cheap, flimsy. It's not very versatile. It only has two positions, portrait and landscape. It doesn't have multiple angles that you can use it. I suppose you could use it like that, but notice it's, you know, it has too much give to it, so it bounces way too much. So it really wouldn't be that useful in that angle. And so, you know, that I wouldn't bother with. However, the car mount, despite its difficulty and being something that you can take on and off, if you don't mind just go ahead and install it and leave it in your car like I plan to do, then that's actually a pretty cool system. And when you consider a car entertainment system can cost about $1,000. We just bought our Honda Pilot last year, and we looked at adding one of those car systems or buying the model with it. To buy the model that came with it, it was going to be many thousands more because it was a higher overall package model, and we just didn't want to spend that extra $5,000. To add it aftermarket was going to be about $1,000 from Honda, and you know, and so, you know, it just really wasn't worth it. I said, look, I've got an iPad. I'll just, you know, let the kids watch movies that way. Well, this would be cool because you could mount it and let them watch them without even having to hold on to the thing. And so that part of it is actually going to be worth the money, and I would say it's a good buy. As long as you realize, hey, this thing is supposed to come on and off easily, and it doesn't. But other than that, it's probably a good product. So the wall mount, if you need a place to mount your wall, I'd say thumbs up. The car mount, as long as you're not going to remove the mounting system from your headrest a lot, I'd say thumbs up. The table stand, that's a definite thumbs down. The only reason to get it is if you plan to get the other two and you just get the whole accessory kit all together in one package, which it does come all in one package, or you can buy them individually, and I'll show you the details of the price on the written article. But this has been Kevin Purcell with the Vogel's Ringo mounting system for the iPad, which is sort of a mixed bag, 2 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down.